Hello, it's Ben with the DIY Homefront, and I'm back again, and today I'm going to be working on installing some blackout shades into our workout room. It's awful bright in here, and sometimes this substitutes as a guest bedroom. And you can see, it can be awful bright in here, which is pretty nice when you're trying to do a workout. But if it's at night, you might not want people looking in. There you can see on the box that this will accommodate a window up to 72 inches wide and 72 inches tall, which would basically be like a sliding glass door, some French doors. So let's go ahead and measure and see if we're going to have to cut anything off. Now the blackout shades are actually going to hang inside of the window frame. So we're going to measure from one edge of the inside of the frame all the way to the other edge of the inside of the frame and make sure that the blind's no wider than that, which looks like we need to have it less than 70.5 inches. Well, let's get these unboxed because we are definitely going to have to get out the saw and cut them down a little bit if they're 72 inches wide. Well, summertime is here, so don't forget to check out my playlist, Lawnmower Maintenance and Repairs. Well, the blind will snap onto these metal brackets, but for whatever reason, they're really difficult to snap off of the blind. They really latch in. It's easier just to slide them to one end and pull them off that way. This whole thing is plastic and you just cut it with a saw. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what they want you to do. I've got some magnetic trays that I use when I'm outside, but when I'm doing projects inside, a lot of times I'll just take a bowl and put all the parts in there. So that way I don't have to worry about misplacing or losing any of the screws or pieces that go with my project. I know from installing blinds in the past that I'm probably not going to use all these parts, but they're here if we need them. Pretty simple instructions if you want to use them. I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 metal brackets because that's how many we're going to use to hold up one large blind. I'll place the 4 brackets in the windowsill and space them out just to get an idea of where they might need to go before I start measuring things with the tape measure. Well, if I start off 5 inches from the frame, I can go about 18 inches between the other 3 metal brackets and leave 5 inches on the other side. So that'll be my spacing. Now the metal brackets will let you attach these blinds in one of 2 places, either on the inside of the windowsill or on the outside of the windowsill. And I prefer the blinds to be on the inside of the windowsill so there's nothing sticking away from the wall. And here's a pro tip for you. When you're putting your marks on the wall, always use a pencil. You'll find that markers and pens can actually bleed through the paint, and you don't want that happening in the future. I want the blind to be able to come all the way down and hit flush. I don't want it to hit this vinyl tab that you use to raise and lower the window. So I'll use this pencil at the top of the windowsill like a spacer to make sure that I line up the bracket so it's far enough away that it doesn't end up coming down and hitting that plastic tab. So the first pencil mark I put in the top of the windowsill was just for the spacing of the brackets. I still need to mark where the screw holes will go that hold the bracket in place. And this is how I do that. I end up taking that pencil and I put it up so my spacing's right. And then I'll put the bracket up and I will take the tip of a screwdriver and press it into the hole on the bracket where the screws are supposed to go. Here's a close-up of the windowsill and you can see how the screwdriver leaves 2 little indents where you need to put the screws. Depending on how comfortable you are with the tools you're using and your skill level, it might be easier just to skip that step with the screwdriver and put the screw on the end of your drill and mount the bracket straight to the windowsill all in one step. I followed the same step on the other window. I measured out where the bracket should go, marked where the screws should be put, and then mounted the brackets. With the 4 mounting brackets installed in both of the window frames, the next thing to do is to get out my table saw because we're going to need to cut these blackout shades down to size. Now earlier I said they were made out of plastic, so that just means we can use an ordinary saw to cut them. And I'm going to use my 12-inch miter saw to do that. I've already measured and marked both of these blackout shades, so when we get through cutting them, they should be less than 70.5 inches. Another pro tip is to make sure that you have all of the end flush with where you want to cut. The vinyl pieces that are on the top and the bottom of these shades slide around pretty easy independent of the shade, which makes it easy to misalign them when you're going to make your cut. I bought these shades at one of the box stores, and they have an area set up to cut these shades for you, but trying to find somebody in the store and have them do it in a timely manner is the reason why I just decided to cut these myself. Alright, now I've got my second shade cut. Let's take them back into the workout room and put the end caps on both of these shades. Now these little plastic end caps just snap onto the ends of the shade, and it seems like that would be an easy task to do, but it might take you several tries before you can figure out how these pieces line up and actually snap on. Now for me, with my shades on the inside of the window frame, I really wouldn't even need to put these onto the shades. But if you're going to put your window shades on the outside of the window frame where the ends would be very visible, you definitely would want to put these end caps on. For me, I take my time lining them up, and once I have it in place, I just pop it in. And I'll repeat this for all the other shades. And I'm only calling them shades because I think of a blackout shade, not a blackout blind. But whether it's a blind or a shade, it doesn't make a difference because the manufacturer makes these the same way and they get installed the same way. Another way to pop in the end caps would be to gently tap it on the floor. Well, here is a couple of thoughts about the window shade and the way I'm installing it on the inside of the window frame. One of the positive things is that it looks a lot better and it's a clean finish and you don't have to worry about snagging the window shade. But one of the cons would be you can't see the mounting hardware, those brackets we installed, so it can be really difficult to know if you've actually got the shade clicked into that mounting bracket. And of course, once you're done, you always have to admire your work to make sure it turned out like you wanted. Now that this shade has been installed, let's go to that other window and install that other blackout shade. I don't know if we need a blind over the third set of windows by the dining room table, but if we do, what I think I might do is I might get 2 blinds for this window and move that one down. But that's a big improvement. It's really not that difficult. I think the hardest part is cutting the blind with the saw. Well, this is where the video would have ended, but before I got it edited, we had some updates to make. Somebody moved into the property next door, which means I need to add another blackout shade. So what I did was buy a couple more blinds. And I think we're going to install these the same exact way. I'll put all my pieces in a container so I have them separate. Well, unless you read the directions, you're probably not going to notice these big arrows on the outside of the box that show you where they think you should put the mounting brackets. Well, with the 2 shades out of the box, I just took them to the other window to see how they fit. You can see we're going to have to trim these up to be able to fit them in there. I think I'll take a 1/2 inch off of each one. The way I remember it, it's clicked in. I was surprised. It seemed like the shade came off the mounting brackets a lot easier than I remember it doing it in the past. You still have to be careful because it sort of hangs there and you don't want to drop these or damage the shade, especially since we're going to reuse this one again. Next, I took the 4 brackets that came off of those 2 new blackout shades and I installed those into the window frame. But let me show you some areas you might have some problems with. Well, there's the mounting clip, and you can see it has holes on both sides so that you could screw it in 2 different places. There's a top and a side, and the top actually has top written on it. So once you have this mounted in the ceiling, you'll end up tilting the blind over until it clicks in there, and then you'll push it back and eventually it will click into place, and that's what holds it up. Well, it's easy to get these things all turned around when you're handling them, but if you don't put it up there right, you're not going to be able to get the blind to click in. And it's really easy to just see the screw holes and screw it into place, and you'll never get the blind to click in like that. So if you're going to install the blind on the outside of the window frame, you're going to end up using the screw holes that are on the side, so that way you can click it in, not the screw holes that are on the top. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that frees up some confusion. Well, it's time for me to cut a little bit off of each one of the shades, and I already had my yard saw out because I had been doing some other projects, so I'm going to use that to cut this shade. Now the blade is awful dirty, so I'm going to go a lot slower so that way I don't end up shredding or tearing any of the plastic. I'll do the same thing to the other blind, just taking a little bit off of the end, and then we'll be right back into the workout room. I'll take the plastic end caps, line them up where they go, and snap those into place for both blinds. I didn't need to move any of the 4 mounting brackets, so I went ahead and clicked into 2 shades, and now you can see when you pull them down, they end up covering the majority of the window, and there's not a section right around your waist where you'll be able to see in. And the final thing to do is to take that large shade and move it down to where the table is. Well, I think that's going to wrap this one up, and I think it's also going to wrap up the workout room. We replaced the bathroom sink, the kitchen sink, repainted the walls, cleaned the carpet. We did a lot in here, and I think having that one window done is going to help a lot, because you'd be able to see in somebody in bed from the outside the way that section was open next to the AC. But having said that, I guess it's time to say thanks for watching. Like and think about subscribing. Check out all those other playlists I have, and I'll see you in whatever video comes next.